So fraud is something that is worldwide now and becoming a pandemic, an epidemic. And when it hits one of the biggest sports stars, Usain Bolt, then you know that it's called for concern. Usain Bolt has lost $12 million to hackers online in a Jamaican savings account. So we'll dissect the issue and give you guys some of the facts and just let you know about it and add our opinions to it. I'm your host, Marvelous Achafu Kelechi, and I'm joined by Chimerezi Henry Awunaya. Now, to studios in Canada. Chimerezi, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Chaff. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. So the breakfast show starts now. Usain Bolt, just chopping my opinion before we go about this. This is a 8-time medalist, fantastic for his days of running, broke so many records, we broke them again. And I would expect such a man to have so much in, assets. There are people who have so much. I thought that the new way of training, I don't know, I'm confused. So maybe when it comes to Chimerezi, you can give me a breakdown of how it goes on in that country. But let me speak for the Nigerian factor. Most people like to buy things in assets. That is building houses, buying property, real estate, investing in things, having like stock, and you barely see them. Put money into maybe savings account or in cash, having assets. That's how you can see somebody worth $1 million in Nigeria here, and 900,000 of it to be in assets and stock. So I expect Usain Bolt to do that, but I'm surprised that he has so much money, as high as $12 million, which is a massive amount of money, a very massive amount of money, in a savings account of all places to put it, not in the UK where they have strong laws, not in USA where they have tough, stable by financial, institution. Although we see what's happening in the Bank of America. The Bank of America, since yesterday, and even I think to the early hours of today, we are seeing people having their money disappear mysteriously. It's another issue. So that should be another big news for the Bank of America. And the Simpsons even predicted this in their cartoons in the early 2001 or so. The Simpsons cartoon is known for predicting stuff. But focusing on Usain Bolt, I'm quite surprised.
Are you sure they are predicting it or they are the ones doing it? That's another topic.
That's another. Because they predicted some of the things are very, very scary. They predicted the 9/11. They predicted the Ebola. They predicted Trump winning presidency. They predicted even the coronavirus. They predicted what's the word.
But half of these things they are predicting are man-made disasters. The 9/11 terrorism.
Yeah, so that's the truth.
This might not be prediction. This might be an attempted act of trying to be accurate.
No, that's the truth, because 90% of them, if not 95% of them, are man-made. But for a cartoon to get such prediction right, they are like the winning the Donald Trump becoming presidency, some things really, really shocked them. And the Simpsons never made to watch the world. Yes, it might not be 100% accurate, because even the cartoon showed that he was assassinated in office, which never happened, that he was voted out for an office. So that prediction didn't fall out accurate. He would win the presidency. Even predicted the infamous him standing on that mall standing, and he actually showed that it was the same thing that happened in the cartoon, him standing on the mall and he put Trump. So you can talk about that nearly, but Usain Bolt's matter is the matter for today, and I'm quite surprised. I mean, we not won in vain. I imagine how someone would run so much, invest so much time, like put in so much energy, and yet be taken by hackers and yahoo. Just in passing this over to me, because people are also, it's also calling for a call for stronger cyber law crimes. That is not high time that will push for death penalty, or if not life imprisonment, for Yahoo boys and cyber hackers and fraud, because it's becoming too much. Imagine his life saving gone, and I can predict this. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I can tell you this, that he would not get 100% of the money. If he gets 50%, then it's extremely lucky. What do you feel about this?
First and foremost, I think for Usain Bolt, he's thank God the money was not in his house; it was kept in the bank. So I think the bank is banking with has the responsibility of their anti-fraud rules. So every bank you bank with has its own anti-fraud rules and regulations. In Canada, before any transaction goes on, even little transactions as $10, $20, you get a verification saying, do you say yes or do you say no, you get a text message. Some banks even actually, I think TD Bank will call you and ask you and tell you this transaction looks foreign. Do you authorize these transactions? So I think every bank has its own banking system and his own banking policies. So hopefully that that bank Austin Bolt banks with has a very good policy in place to either give him half of what he has lost or the total full compensation of his money. Secondly, I don't think 12 million is the overall what's the word? The overall fact of that's not all that Austin Bolt has. So I think for this with this new knowledge, we should all know that it's always good to have separate banks. Dispense your money differently, like Kelechi has said. Put some in real estate, put some in cash in and online, put some at cash, put some in stocks. Don't just allow your money sitting in the bank. If 12 million was just sitting in the bank being not active, I think that's the most dumbest thing to do in respect. But I think that's foolishness. Just allowing 2,000 or even 10,000 or even 1 million sit in the bank without being active in your own financial life. I think it's high time we begin to talk about investment as people of color, as black people. We know people from developing countries do have this mentality of, if I have money, I'm going to invest it. If I have money, I'm going to put it here. But we that are in Western world, we have so gotten used to a slave mentality that once we have money, we just expect it to go to bills. We don't have any education in investment. The only education we have in investment are either self-educated or through TikTok. And I think it's hard time as people of color, we need to start talking about real estate. We need to start talking about investment. We need to start talking about stock. That's one thing I learned from my dad, even from a small age. My dad is always like, oh, let's buy you stocks. Let's buy you stock. If my uncles or my relative give us money, my dad will always, or my mom will always put it towards our stock. And we do have stocks in different companies, and which is what is helping us strive during this recession, because there will be a time when you cannot walk. There'll be a time when you will be sick. Anything could happen to you. So I think it's wise to allow your money work on your behalf. Now, when it comes to scamming, how was he scammed? These are questions we need to ask. Did he go into a Ponzi scheme? MMM, we know MMM, we know so many other Ponzi schemes that have even come and pay 10,000 and get 1 million in 2 days schemes. We know all these schemes, and we know these schemes are capitals in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's where they have their headquarters, in Nigeria. So if we are talking about putting cyber laws, we are talking about condemning Nigerians. Sorry to say, but let's look into this fact. The fact remains that we have to trace all the cyber crimes back to Nigeria, back to developing countries, back to Africa, where there are no laws. So if we are talking about having laws against cyberbullying and crimes, we are talking to developing countries, not developed countries, because in developed countries, you already have rules. If you're in America and you're doing Yahoo, you get the FBI will be on your door in 2 days. No talking. If they see a suspicious transaction, you are working in McDonald's, you have 1 million coming to your account, FBI is knocking. How did you get this 1 million? Your yearly annual or your yearly salary or your yearly income is $12,000. How are you getting 1 million? So there are laws already in place in developed countries for cyberbullying, for cyber crimes to be tracked. But in developing countries, that is where we have issues. If somebody in Nigeria has scammed Austin Bolt, the possibility of getting the 12 million is gone. You get my point? It's gone already. So this person will already use it and squander it. The people who even do these cyber crimes don't invest this money in real things. Like down here in America, you're a criminal, you invest it in real estate, you do money laundering, you strip it off the carpet. Back in developed countries, you use it to spray at a party, people's hard-earned money. So I think, yes, we need to go into stiffer laws against cyberbullying, cyber crimes, fraud, whatever. The EFCC is trying, but even the EFCC in Nigeria is even corrupt. So we need developed countries to set out governing bodies to track money that are coming. But at the end, at the other thought, we should remember that most of these people who are even in these high Ponzi schemes are people in government.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. To be honest, I just feel like I just pray that this get resolved as soon as possible. I'm wishing Usain Bolt all the best because it's not easy to get eight. What's the word? Olympic medals. You not talk about the 11 that I got from some he got from Commonwealth, other competitions. There were hundreds of medals. I think it's what's the word? Hundreds of medals through his career, getting that much money, and it being gone. The Yahoo boys and Akash just swallowed overnight one day.
But
Someone's entire
I
life
think
saving.
this should be an eye opener to all of us. This could happen to anybody. This could even happen to the
Yeah,
president of America.
no, that's the truth.
The White
Because
House could just wake up on money
you could
and
be
boom, everything is gone.
exactly, you could become a millionaire overnight and just a hundred yeah. The other night, even people are saying that
You
the
could
amount they
even
lost
be
in the boat.
flipping burgers. I'm sorry to say,
Yeah,
but it would be sad to see Austin both flipping burgers or working in
yeah,
Walmart or even applying for a job after his.
yeah.
No,
It
I
happened
think
to football. It has happened to footballers. It has happened to basketballers. Even some were begging on the street. I think I saw one of the video. I can't remember who. I'm trying to remember the name. That was an even got to the NBA. It was an NBA basketballer, but was begging on the street. We see footballers who even played for Premier League asking for scraps. Some they were even destroyed by divorce. Some where they were robbed. Some had gambling addiction. Some just blew it on women and the rest of them. Some there are only some that have been what's the word? That's why social media now make some of them. People like Floyd Mayweather would say because it's I would call him a money misroad. That guy spends on useless things. He spends lavishly. He spends on rubbish. I've seen him do the weirdest and stupidest things with money. Putting money on the ground, pouring alcohol on it, piling it up, squeezing them. Just I even feel like we should like that should be what the word. There should be laws against doing that to the currency. But I don't know about the US laws. I don't know for them over there. But I've seen them do the work. So I just pray that because I'm here, according to news, said the amount he left in his account was about $1,000. Some said it was 900 or something. I said 900 or something for what?
I
Is
thought
it for him to
the
buy
one I
burger
read
or
says
for him to
four
buy?
thousand dollars. The one I read
Oh, the
says
one I
four
saw when I saw
thousand
it, it's 1,000.
dollars. But
The one I even watched said 1,000 plus.
our
But whether
our heart
4,000,
our
whether
heart is with
1,000 plus,
Austin Bolt. Our
yeah,
heart is with you, Austin Bolt. This
it's
is
not.
really
It's not
sad.
Austin. It's the same boat. So
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, Austin Bolt. Before I said Austin. I don't
yeah,
know.
it's
Austin Bolt. Our
the
heart
same
is with
boat.
you, though.
Same boat. Yeah, well, goes out to you. And I feel like this can happen to anybody. So people should be much more careful in
But
how they
Jamaica
invest,
is
where they invest.
wild. Jamaica is wild. They're like, we give this man money, everything. Phew, leaving
Yeah.
4K.
So
If
I
it
just
was Nigeria will not even leave you transport money. You will see zeros.
yeah,
You just go in now, you just see
yeah.
decline. You'll be like, sorry,
Yeah.
excuse me, decline.
It's just
What?
weird. It's just weird. The way people fall into scams these days, visa scam, what's the word? School scam, the rest of there are so many scams. I think it's one of the most trendy things these days where people is just fraud, fraud from NAI. Everywhere now is fraud, even
Like
down to the
I
NA,
can't tell you the
NHS and the
fraud
rest of
I get phone calls I get like on a regular. If you stay in Toronto, you will know what I'm talking about. You just hear these people. I'm sorry to say, but I'm not trying to be racist or something, but they're always like Indian or Chinese, and they'll be like, "Oh, your Amazon Express delivery, you just missed it for you to get it." They're always sending you something from Amazon or something from what's the other one? Alibaba. They're always sending you something that you didn't order for. And for those people that fall into this scam, you are greedy. To be honest, I did not order a flat screen television, and I'm getting a text message, or I don't have an account with RBC, and I'm getting a message to claim something I don't have, and I'm clicking yes. You that is falling under the scam too, you are greedy. Greedy people fall onto the scams. You don't work for something,
mm,
you want to eat something you did not put there. Are you not a thief? So it's just who is the
mm.
clever thief.
Yeah, that's true. Well, in just ending the show, the same you Christians say that your God is a God of miracles. So it might be a miracle call with somebody using the person from Jesus. Thank you very much, Agatha, for bringing us show for this episode. Till next episode. See you guys later. Peace.